Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing Podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
Grizz Nation, what it do? My name is Evan Hayes. That is Jared Davidson, and welcome to the No Bluffin Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way uncut about your Memphis Grizzlies and the greater Memphis sports area. We're back for another week. You see, I'm here. You see my boy Jared here. He's back for another episode. Jared, how are you doing?
Man, I am good. I'm exhausted. Today was the first day of my new job, which is in Dyersburg, which is like 45 minutes away from here. So it's going to be a little bit of a drive. Not too bad, but got home. And, yeah, just one of those, like, it's the first days of a new job. Play the clapping sound. It's one of those, like, it's the training process, information overload. Yeah, information overload. And so it's just – man, oh man, and it's just got a little bit of a headache today, but I'm excited because it's something I'm gonna love to do. But just it's that information overload to where it's just like you get home and you're like, I feel like I just ran through a brick wall.
Yeah, I feel you. It's just a lot being thrown at you at one time. Got to meet new people, shake a lot of hands, So I understand, but again, congratulations on your new job, man. I know you're gonna do great. Great time. You're gonna do your thing. And as always, we say, hopefully the Wi-Fi holds up, because I already tell it's being a little wonky right now. So we're gonna pray that the Wi-Fi holds up. But y'all know we gotta get to it. As always, the No Bluffin Podcast on our platforms. My guy Jared Davidson again joins the show. You can find us at the No Bluffin Pod. You can find my boy Jared at JB Davidson _. And you can always find me and my boy Chris, who will be back at Creman _ and me, E11 Hayes. But what we always start with, we have to start with the No Bluffin news. And as I always say, turn me up in the headphones if I can find it. There it is. Give it a quick second. There it is. Now we're gonna get rolling. Our first news topic is unfortunately the extended injury woes of the Memphis Grizzlies, as Memphis Grizzlies star Jahmai Morant has been ruled out for 2 weeks approximately. He'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks with a grade 1 calf strain, as he hurt himself in the first quarter of the game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, we just got Zach Edey back, and the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. It's now Jahmai Morant will be out for an extended period of time. So what was your thoughts hearing that Ja will be out for at least 2 weeks, and what do you think we're going to do, being that we have no point guard on the roster right now?
I mean, it's a grade 1 tear, so it's a grade, not tear. It's a grade 1 strain, excuse me. So it's not, they classify that as what, like mild. So I mean, 2 weeks seems right.
Yeah. I
mean, it sucks, but it's also not as bad as it could have been when you're dealing with a calf. And Ja has said he wants to play 82 or more. I'd imagine he's back with the Grizzlies probably. Let's see, that was announced today, so 2 Mondays from now. I would imagine he's back that Friday after that 2-week evaluation or whatever that is. He vowed to play 82. He wants to be available for this team. It sucks, but I mean, it's 2 weeks, so about 6 games. We're not going to have him probably. I think he'll be back, and he'll be back fine. I think it was just a minor little. I think it was more of a precaution than anything, because he's already dealt with, an ankle tweak, ankle soreness, and whatnot. So I think it's just more of a precaution to take him out before he tried to play through it and get anything worse. But yeah, it sucks. Grizzlies can't catch a break with injury-wise, but I'd expect Vince to kind of get that starting nod at the 1 for now. That was you?
I agree with you. Great. Definitely, it sucks having Ja back out with the schedule. Hopefully, you're still here. This is one of them days I see. One of them days the No Bluffin Podcast was difficult, going to be killing the whole time, but we have to fight through. As always, I hope y'all can hear me. okay. But yeah, I was looking at the schedule, and it seems like he's going to be out for at least the remainder of November. If you said that, if it comes back in 2 weeks, he's going to miss the game of the Spurs, the Kings, the Mavericks, the Nuggets, the Pelicans, Clippers, the Kings, and hopefully be back again for the December 2nd game against the San Antonio Spurs. So that's like best case scenario on the whole 2-week timeline. So that's about 7 games without Ja Morant. And obviously, like you said, having Vince Williams being in that point guard role is something that I'm not happy about, but I'm also not terrified about at the same time. You know, he has limitations with ball handling, but he's not the worst case scenario.
No.
So obviously, hope Ja Morant gets back fine. You know, the NBA is being super precautious when it comes to these calf injuries after what's happened to Damian Lillard and Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton and KD a few years ago. We actually just learned that Victor Wembanyama, who we're playing next, is also out with a calf strain, and he'll be out for about 2 to 3 weeks as well. So, of course, the health of the players is the number one deal. It just sucks that just when we got Zach Edey back, and the team looked very great with Zach Edey on the floor for those 6 minutes that they were together, and then after that, he falls to a grade 1 calf strain. So you hate to see it, but obviously get well soon. 12.
You're here. I got you.
You with me, Jared?
Yeah, I'm with you. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I think so. But yeah, get soon. We're gonna rock through it. Get well soon, too. But as in better news and having somebody back, Jahmai Mashack returns to the lineup as he has been picked up on. Oh my gosh, this thing is gonna be killing me all day. It's one of them days, man. It's one of them days, Jared. It's one of them days, Jared. One of them days, we're gonna try to fight through it. Hopefully, it straightens out halfway through the stream. But yes, if y'all have been living on the ride, Jahmai Mashack has been picked up on a 2-way deal for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's been reacquired from the Memphis Hustle, and he will be on a 2-way deal with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies waived PJ Hall as he appeared in a few games off the bench, but to make room for Jahmai Mashack, we had to waive PJ Hall. So, what was your thoughts when you got the news that Jahmai Mashack is back on your Memphis Grizzlies?
I mean, I'm glad. I mean, with Ja, Ty, Pippen, and Javon Small all out, you got to have point guard depth from somewhere, and you still have the rights to Jahmai Mashack, even though he wasn't on your training camp roster. It was going to be hard for him to get minutes outside of situations like these this year. Now, granted, it happened a lot earlier in the season than we probably thought it was going to happen. But I like getting Mashack up here and not having to use an Exhibit 10 or not Exhibit 10, a 10-day hardship. That's what it's called. So I do like it. I like that we have Jahmai Mashack back up here, and he's probably gonna get some playing time tomorrow night. He's had some good stretch of. I'm trying to look it up, but my computer's being a little slow. He's had some good stretch of play to open the season with the Hustle. But I mean, yeah, I'm glad that we get Jahmai Mashack here. I'm trying to look up his stats, but overall, I mean, needed it from somewhere. It beats having to use a 10-day hardship, which we didn't apply for it, which makes me think that jaw injury and Ty are both. Jaw injury's not going to be out long, and Ty's getting real close to coming back. So,
yeah, I saw it the same way. Being that you bring Mashack up to kind of beef around that wing rotation, being that we're still trying to figure that out. We saw Cedric Howard getting his first start of the season last year, so we're still trying to figure out how it's going to go with Jalen Wills, Cedric Howard, KCP. So putting Jahmai Mashack in there, I'll play just another guy to throw in to the lineup, give different looks. I've been lacking is perimeter athleticism, and I feel like he adds to that, because our defense has not been great because we haven't been able to stay in front of guys. So I feel like bringing Jahmai Mashack in to be able to get that guard 1 through 3, maybe 4 in certain lineups, that could be a thing that can really move the defensive intensity on the floor. I love to see that he's back on the team. Obviously, he played very well in the summer league, and everybody wanted him back. So I'm glad. I know everybody was kind of scared that he wasn't on the original game day roster, first day school roster, but we still had his right. So I hope everybody can calm down that he's finally back in the Beale Street Blue. So yeah, I'm happy that Jahmai Mashack is back, and I feel like he's gonna get some good playing time in this next game.
Yeah. I mean, the turnovers are a little bit of a problem. He's averaging a touch under 4 a game with the Hustle right now, but he's a rookie trying to figure it out right now. So I'm not going to complain too much about that. He is averaging 5.5 assists per game, but also Evan, he's averaging 3.8 turnovers a game. but he's also averaging 3.2 steals a game. He's getting active on the defensive side of the ball. So we're not gonna need him to score. So like in the turn, he's getting a steal for almost every single turnover he's getting. If he can bring that up, we will live with it, with the lack of guard depth that we have right now. And so I'm excited to see how he fits in with this offense, and depending on where he gets run with.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if the stats that you're reading is applicable to what he's doing in the NBA, every possession he loses, he's gaining us extra possession. So you really can't be. He's still a net positive on the floor, and also in the G League, he's also getting way more usage. He has the ball in his hands way more. Yep. So that's not going to be the case when he gets to the big team. So I love everything I've seen for Jahmai Mashack. Just having that versatility on both ends of the floor can be really great. I still hate it as a Gigi fan. I still hate it from my boy Gigi, because that's another guy that's going to be in front of him in the rotation. But, hey, man, we need defense, and Jahmai Mashack does that. So, the cream got around to the top, and seeing like Jahmai Mashack, the next guy Eastlo's going to put to hopefully prove himself to get a full-time roster.
Yeah, I like Mashack. I like Mashack, but we're gonna have to deal with it. He's the fifth guard option for a reason. So, well, actually, technically six, because Vince is going to start ahead of him.
Yeah, I think a lineup. I think GP was saying the only thing that scares me is that we'll talk about this in the review. We're having a starting lineup of Vince Williams, Cedric Howard, Jalen Wills, James Jr., and Vince Williams. You have a 4-year player, 2 second-year players, a rookie, and then an 8-year vet. It's not a lot of experience on the floor right there. It's not a lot of experience right there. That's the only thing that kind of gives me a little scared. Defensively, that lineup is going to be great. But I just want to see where the offense is going to come from, and hopefully Jahmai Mashack and other guys can bring up the offensive side of the box. I feel like defensively we're going to be pretty good, but offensively I'm a little scared of how that's going to look,
Yeah. No, but it'll be all right. He's not going to get a lot of run off the bench anyways. He'll get minutes, but
that's
he's not
true.
going to get.
But I feel you. But we'll be right back. I'm gonna refresh my browser, y'all, during this break, and hopefully that my Wi-Fi wants to cooperate, But that's all we have for the No Bluffin news. We'll be right back on a 2-minute commercial break. Y'all stick right with us. Evan Hayes, Jared Davidson, No Bluffin podcast.
How much of this is fixable with time?
I mean, I think you can maybe see the effort get better. I think they can probably rebound a little better, and they can start getting the right guys the ball more often. But beyond that, I think it's pretty fair to say that this team is capped to a certain extent. You may just be what you are.
If the question you're asking is what is fixable, and if it's fixed, will it produce what we saw last year or the year before, whatever it may be? If that's the ultimate goal, that might not be a proper goal for this team. The goal is to get the team fixable to where they can win the conference and make it to the NCAA tournament, and then potentially do some damage as they go into the NCAA tournament. There are some things that are fixable. There are some things on this that we saw out there that are absolutely fixable.
Tune in to Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta, live after every Memphis Tiger basketball game on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story. Calling all Tiger fans, your place to watch the first round matchup between the Memphis Tigers and number 1 ranked Purdue Boilermakers is at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Collierville, Tennessee. 4:30 p.m. Thursday, November 20th.
Come hang out with Bluff City Media at the South's premier sports bar. Great food, beer specials, and large television screens will make Mugshots the place to be to cheer on your Tiger basketball team. Also, Tigers Live, the premier Memphis Tigers postgame show, will be live after the game from Mugshots. Come hang out with us this Thursday.
And we are back with another Bluffin podcast. As always, I'm Evan.
We're
Hayes,
struggling tonight.
Davidson. I'm struggling, bro. We're gonna try to make this work. We may do a thing. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna say it on the air. I'm gonna say after we we try something different next week. But we gonna see. It seems to be okay right now. But as always, I'm Evan Hayes. To my guy to my left is Jared Davidson, and we're gonna get into our main topics of the day. The first topic, as always, is we got to talk about those Grizzlies. The Grizzlies week in review. It was a pretty rough week from the last time me and you talked, during a pretty terrible weekend, might I add, if you're just a Memphis sports fan. You know, the Grizzlies lost, the Tigers football lost, the Tigers basketball lost. Wasn't a very fun
Tigers basketball lost a team. Tigers basketball lost to a team who my college beat over here. Up here in Martin, Tennessee, baby.
UT Martin? Martin beat UNLV?
We beat UNLV the first game of the year. I don't know if that just made Evan's thoughts worse.
Why'd you tell me that? Now I'm even more mad. I was thinking UNLV is like a good stacked Power 5 team, a P4 team, and they just beat us. No, they just So technically, by you're saying UT Martin is better than University of Memphis by that logic.
As of right now, yes. You put those two on a neutral floor, Evan. I hate to say it, and I'll probably get a text about this later. We probably win by 15.
Are you dead? Are you trolling me right now?
We have 11 different countries represented on this UT Martin roster.
Oh, so y'all said we gonna get everybody from overseas.
We said screw the transfer portal. We went overseas to get all guys. Shout out to Coach Jeremy Shulman.
So you hear that, Coach Penny Hardaway? Maybe instead of transfer portal, getting these guys that are 24, 25, 26 years old, maybe get some guys from Spain and Barcelona.
I know we went Eastern Europe. We went Eastern Europe. We didn't go Spain and France. We went Eastern Europe.
I'm gonna look at y'all roster tonight and see. Okay. Anyway, let's keep it going. It's a pretty rough week. Obviously, y'all see Wayno is checking me because he's checking my Wi-Fi, which is pretty accurate because my Wi-Fi in my apartment is pretty trash at Alabama A&M University. But we're gonna try to make it work anyway. So it was a rough week last time we talked. I do have a router, and the router is in my roommate's room. And
go buy you a long. If you don't have an Ethernet plug into your laptop, get an adapter that has one. They're not expensive. Then go buy you however long of an extension cord you need. Because right now with my whole setup up here in my home office, I have like a 100-foot Ethernet cable that's plugged into the router downstairs, and I have it out of the way on like the corner of the roof downstairs, coming up the stairs, and it's all the way up here.
You made it seem like a Target shop list, so I could know what to buy because this is irritating mess. But anyways, the comments are going up. My Black Ninja DJs in here if he wants to show. Okay, yeah, everything's just going slow today, but it's all good. Jared, they saying Jared needs to go. We're gonna talk about him later. But the last time we talked, the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies lost to the Knicks 120-133 on Tuesday, November 11th. They lost a back-to-back to the Celtics 95-131, and they lost to the Cavs 100-108 to go 0-3 on the week. What were your overall thoughts in now is a 4-game losing streak for the Memphis Grizzlies? What have been your thoughts on this past week of Grizzlies basketball?
I don't even want to talk about the Celtics and Knicks games. Those are a travesty. Those were bad. Yeah. Those 2 games sucked. Yeah, no, those games sucked. Yeah, I have 100-foot Ethernet cable sitting up here in my room right now. But it works, so I'm not going to complain. But I mean, we get to the Cavs game. You know, Edey was doubtful for the Celtics game, and so everyone kind of knew that the next game he was going to be back. I don't even want to talk about those two games because those two games were just lack of everything everywhere. And you get to the Cavs game before Ja gets hurt. The Grizzlies were up, I think, 18-14, 17-14 with like 5.5 minutes played. I think that may have been the most points we had scored in the beginning half of the first quarter all year. But I don't know. I don't want to harp on the Knicks and Celtics game because it was bad. But once we got Edey back out, it was crazy the difference in the offensive gameplay when we actually got a competent center who is supposed to be starting and a guy who can just clear out the lane. So I mean that's all I took from last week. We're close, and we're I'm not going to say like we're going to finish above 500 right now because right now it's bleak. But I mean, you get Ty Jerome back in this offense. You have a true backup point guard. Man, I didn't think Edey was going to fix as much as it looked like he fixed. And that has me a little bit more excited, even though we're 4-10. That's the only game. That's the only real takeaway I have from this past week because just the Knicks and Celtics games were bad, and there's nothing you can take from those games.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts to you. Number one, on the thing that you said about finishing 500, I still think we finished 500.
It's just a rarity when we're in a tougher Western. When we are in a tough Western Conference.
I agree with you because Western Conference is tough, but it isn't like I was looking at the stats. We're like a game and a half outside of the play-in, and to make the play-in, you got to be at least in this year, you got to be at least 500. So if we want to make the play-in, we got to at least be 500. And I think when healthy, and I hate that we have to keep saying when healthy, this team is great enough. At least I saw that in the 6 minutes we got Zach Edey and Ja Morant on the floor.
You even saw it without Ja on the floor. Like,
yeah, just Jaren's impact on the game was a lot better. Like, just hit the freedom of space he was playing with. Like, he had 26. He shot terribly efficiently, but he was able to be aggressive, get to the free throw line. He went 2 for 14 from the free throw line. So just having him on the floor just freed up a lot of things for everybody, including Ja and Jaren.
I hate the fact I hate this fact of Ja and Jaren need a big center, a bruising center, like I like to call Zach Edey. That they need to have him in order to be good right now, just because that's just where we are. But dadgummit, he opened up so much of the floor. Like, yes, Jaren shot like crap, but he got to the free throw line time and time again. And guess what? When the Celtics went on a 32-16 fourth quarter run to win the game, it was Evan Mobley doing it without Jaren and Edey on the floor.
And that's the only it was. And I was watching that game passively. Just to let you know, I was at the Anthony Sane wedding this past weekend. Shout out, congratulations Sane for getting married. We can talk about it now because he posted it on his social media. So I think it's talk about it. Hopefully he doesn't call me tomorrow and say, "Don't even talk about my wedding, man." You post about it,
bro. You post about it everywhere.
Yeah, about it. I was there. Kenny was there. Rusty was there. CJ Hurt was there. It's a lot of great people there. So me and Paris were at the same table. Actually, Paris Shark. We was watching that game passively, like in between the electric slide, and we was like, "Why isn't Jaren in the game right now? Why isn't Jaren and Edey in the freaking game right now?" I feel like I had a feeling the fourth quarter is gonna be rough because that's been the trend for Grizzlies teams. When Ja Morant isn't on the floor in the fourth quarter, we have no offense, and that's what I hope we was gonna see with Isolo. But it seems like he hasn't figured out how to get offense going without Ja Morant on the floor. That's why I'm kind of scared about these next 2 weeks of basketball. Yeah. But in that situation, you need to have Jaren and Edey on the floor, especially when the Cavs have a huge advantage with Mobley and Jared Allen down there. Yeah. You have to match minute with those guys. And I hate that we're 14 games in and Isolo still hasn't mastered that you have to match minute with these teams that have elite players in certain positions.
And if your guys are playing, yes, I know Edey's coming off injury. I know Cedric is dealing with foot soreness. But if your guys are playing, what's the minute restriction for? Like, I've never understood that part. Like, I understand if it's like a Paul George situation after he broke his leg on the stanchion for Team USA, and then he came back off the bench for that Pacers team late in the year, and he's playing a bench role for the first time in his career. I don't understand it in this aspect. I don't understand the minutes restriction we had. Because look at it. Here's our starters. And then I'll throw in Vince and well, no, I'm going to throw in Contra there. Here's our starters plus minus that game. Jaren was -2. Cedric was -1. Jalen was +3. Zach Edey was +1. Ja was +4 in the 6 minutes he played. You get to our bench. Santi -13. Jock -12. KCP was +1. Conchar was -11. Vince was +4. Cam was -14.
It's not a science that we.
So why did we? So why did we lose that fourth quarter as bad as we did?
We didn't have our best players in the game
because your two bigs weren't in the game.
It's not an exact science that when you play your best players, you win basketball games. Like you said, like I get if Edey was coming off an ACL injury or Achilles injury, like he had foot surgery in the summer. He's had more than enough time to rehab himself into basketball shape. Even in the post game, he said he felt great. He said he actually felt better than expected. He said he didn't really start losing his wind to like middle of the third quarter, and he was playing pretty heavy minutes. And these are professional basketball players, might I add. And the fact that Cedric wasn't originally going to play, against Cleveland. And then when they found out, Edey's ready, Ced, you're good enough to play. Like these are professional basketball players.
Yeah,
you have these professional basketball players play professional basketball. And I don't want this to be game 20-30 and we losing games because we just don't have our best players in for long enough. You know,
we had one guy play 30 plus minutes, and that was Jaren at 33.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about Grizz Nation right here.
No, don't do it. No, we're not. No, we don't. Okay. No, we do not. We do not give Goon attention right now.
Okay. Keep going. My bad. Keep going.
Why in that game, after Ja gets hurt, are Cedric, Jalen, and Zach Edey only playing 24 and 25 minutes? And Jaren's playing 33. I like Jaren playing 33. I like that part. But why are your other four starters who are playing very well together as a cohesive unit, and then even with Vince thrown in there, which is why I feel comfortable with our bet of the week later.
Yep.
Like, why? Like, you would have won that game if you play your guys in the fourth quarter.
It's just
hang on. No, Jaren's fouls happen on the other end of the floor. He doesn't send to the free throw line.
Oh yeah, his fouls are offensive fouls. I'm going by the
way.
They
just count as turnovers.
They just count as turnovers. Like at least if he gets, let's hope he doesn't get 6 fouls. Let's say, look at what's Jaren averaging a game fouls per game. Can you find that stat?
Yeah, I can.
I would bet it's at least half of them are offensive foul. I would bet at least half.
His last 10, he's averaging 4.3. On the year, he's averaging 4.3 this year.
I bet at least a game, half of those are just moving screen fouls or him trying to jockey for position and putting hands on people for no reason and getting offensive fouls. So that's funny. Actually, shout out. I'm not gonna say what he just did, but shout out you, Jared, for the heads up thinking on that. But anyway, yes, Jaren, all things considered, played well, playing two elite bigs at the same time. Yep. It just when it comes to Islo, I hope it doesn't get to the point where he's being stubborn and he just refuses to stay out of these robotic rotations, especially when we're down guys. Like next game, we're down Ja, Jerome, Javon Small,
we're down our usual.
Yeah. I don't know why when you said something, it didn't register in my headphones.
That may be because I just turned on something on my laptop, but we're gonna be besides the point.
Yeah, we're out our usual guys. Every basketball coach knows, and I've coached on like the middle school basketball level. If I got some kids out, I gotta play my starters some more to make up that difference. Yep. I don't understand how, as great as a basketball mind Coach Islo is, he can't understand. Okay, we got guys out. We gotta let our dogs eat some more. Our starters always be playing 30 plus minutes. I say 30 to 35, especially in these stretch of games where we have the schedule seems to be lighting up a little bit. We have some winnable games possibly coming up. There's no reason, guy, especially with Jahmai being out, they should be playing 30 to 35 minutes.
When Ja and Jaren are healthy, they should be getting 35, 36 minutes a game, sometimes pushing that 38-minute mark. Cedric should be up there with 35, 33 in that area as well. Then Jalen and Zach hitting 30. Because Because even when you throw in Vince right now, which we're going to have to tomorrow, I think that's probably who's going to start at the point tomorrow. You have to play those guys 30 minutes if you want to win games. Guess what? The fourth quarter, when those minutes dipped, dadgummit, we looked good before those minutes dipped. But it's just I don't understand that part anymore.
I don't. And what Wayno's saying, if it will show up, yes,
I got it for you.
Yes, we both believe Todd's close to returning. Yeah, we
got
believe Todd's
reevaluated
close to
today.
returning. That's why we said, yeah, and we should have news soon. That's why we didn't apply for the hardship, because I believe they wouldn't be sitting job. They're not sitting job for 2 weeks. With job being out for at least 2 weeks, I feel like they would want to have Jerome back sooner rather than later. So is that on that? I will. You're gonna be my stats guy because my Wi-Fi, and anyway,
There you go.
look up our plus 36 stats for our team. I'm just curious about what their plus 36 minutes are, or even stats are.
Oh, what are we doing here? Okay, hang on. Sorry, I got distracted. Evan, go. Just do it real quick.
And to your point, Black Ninja GJ, we talked about that. We don't think they should be on minute restriction. Like, we understand, but these guys are professional athletes, and we can't afford to keep putting ourselves into a deeper hole. So
not find per
we got
36.
You're my stats guy, man. What's going on?
Okay, I'm on ESPN, not NBA.com right now. Hang on.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
I'm turning on right now.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I think I'm on an old episode.
Yeah, you're on an old episode.
Okay, that makes me a little upset. That's why I was very confused. Yes, no, I want the one tonight. Gosh, man, there we go. Freaking Seth Rollins popped up on my screen, and I got very confused. All right, here we go. Part 36. Here we go. 2025 Memphis Grizzlies. Come on, give me per 36. So wait, do you want per 36 of like a specific player?
Yeah, I would like to. If we can like look at our
Who do you
stars
want?
in per 36. Give me Jaren.
I pulled it up. Splits. Shooting lineup. Splits. I think it's gonna be splits. 25-26. Oh, where's that per 36 rating? Dude, I cannot find per 36 right now. I'm struggling right now.
That's crazy. Anyway, I want to see Jared said. I want to see Jared and Said stats, because I feel like those two being on the floor. Because I know we don't play the lineup of Darren, Said.
Here, I'll do quick math.
Triple. So I would like to believe in this, he's gonna be forced to have Said and Jaren in the starting lineup. So I want to see how that duo plays, hopefully more together, because I feel like having that defensive anchor on the floor, we could do a lot more in this stretch of games.
Yeah.
You know,
I do too. Let's see here. 18 divided by 28. I'm doing quick math because I can't find it. Now times that by 36. Okay, so per 36, Jaren would be averaging 23 points a game. He's averaging 23 per 36 right now, which isn't. My math may be off, but it's not great.
Can you do quick math on Said real quick?
Yeah, I got you.
So
14 minutes at 27 minutes a game. 14 divided by set. That's not right.
He said that's not right.
Actually, no, it is. I think it's. Yeah, it's right. Scoring per minute. Yeah, he's averaging about 18 per 36, I think. Now, that could be completely wrong. But that's all we got right now.
But that's all we got, though. I'm trying to find them myself. But anyway, my point is, play these guys more. I feel like good things will happen, because being that tomorrow, there's no Castle or Wemby playing tomorrow for the Spurs tomorrow. So I feel like that's a game where you need to out-talent them, because yes, they have good players, but I still like our top 6, 7 guys, 8 guys compared to San Antonio's, especially, and that's another game that Edey, I don't care about his restriction. He should eat whoever the hell their backup center is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner tomorrow, because we have the advantage. Like, Islo has to understand that we can't be robotic when things are going to shit.
No.
Like, I'm sorry. we can't, especially a game like tomorrow is a very winnable game. We gotta let the big dogs eat, bro. And I just don't understand what has to happen for that change to happen, you know?
I don't know either. It's just you can't stick to a hockey line rotation of, okay, after 40 seconds, this next line's going in. You got to have a feel for the game, especially when things are going well and then when things are going bad. But that's about all you can do.
That's to seem like something we don't have. I'm really trying to find our advanced stats right now because there's something I want to bring.
Yeah,
up.
I don't know what's going on. I have not been able to find them.
That's crazy.
If you're just joining us, Evan and I are struggling to find per 36 stats.
Yes, because nothing wants to work. Oh, my brother just joined. What's up, Edward? Yeah, I can't find advanced stats at all.
If you want to go to the next topic or whatnot, I can see if I can look on NBA.com.
Yeah. Anyway, the next topic is what we were talking about before, but more about the impact of Zach Edey as he returned. As clearly he had in his last game, he had a positive impact. 13 points, 7 rebounds. He didn't look like he was getting off that much rust. He looks to be like the Zach Edey of old. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's going to be more acclimated in this offense, and I feel like he's going to be a vocal part of this offense. I hate the whole administration thing. We talked about that ad nauseum. But how do you see Edey implementing himself into this roster for the next 70 or so games to be a positive impact for this team?
Just being that bruiser, man. I mean, you saw how much it opened up the floor in the little time we had with Ja and Jaren. I mean, Ja had a lob to him that was easy, and guess what? It's because Ja wasn't being crowded as soon as he got to the elbow. So I mean, it's going to create. It's crazy that we're talking about a center that's not Wembanyama or Nikola Jokic that's creating space because of the style of player that Zach Edey is. Yeah. But I mean, he's going to create that space. Jaren's able to roam more. Jaren's able to get these ISOs that work, and Ja's able to create more. And so that's how it's going to impact it, in my opinion. I think it's going to open up the floor so much more.
Yeah, I saw a stat. I feel like
I found the per 36.
Thank God. I feel like I saw a stat a few weeks ago that Jahmai is leading the NBA with guards seeing a help defender.
Yep.
At all times. He leads in 87%. Mm-hmm. Just have Edey on the floor. You cannot play job coverage on him as much because he has a 7'5" lob. Just on that.
I think that was a Dev that tweeted that out.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at the stats just from the overall rebound stats. We only got out rebounded by 3 against the Cavs.
Yeah.
And that's just having Edey on the floor. And we had exactly the same amount of offensive rebounds, 11 to 11.
So we don't have a single player averaging over 23 points in per 36.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Well, that just throws my point in my head out the window. Crazy.
Do you want me to go down the list?
Yeah, go down the list real quick.
Ja 22.4, Jaren 22.4, Said 19, Zach 19, Santi 17.8, PJ Hall. No, I'm not reading that. Omax 17, Cam 16, Gigi 15.3, Jock 15.2, Vince 15, Jalen 13.5, Javon 12.4, KCP 12.2, and then the other two are
So technically, the only people that really stand out are the people that get worse statistically. And that's Jalen Woods and KCP. That's kind of crazy.
Yep.
That doesn't make me feel good about this offense the way I thought it.
We have to think our only 30-point game this year is Josh 35 to open the season.
That's true. It's just some of my head. I would think just playing the guys where they would have better production, but maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know about
it's
that.
Per 40. We don't have anyone averaging 25 on per 40. I'm closing that tab.
Yeah, get the point that I was trying to make. But yeah, I feel like Edey's decision making and IQ will be big if he can use it properly. Like last year, he showed flashes of his playmaking ability, but having Edey in the high post, if he can make passes, especially out of double teams, because he's gonna get double teams sometimes, and out of the high post and some high-low actions, I feel like that would be big. I even saw a screen and roll with Jaren and Edey last game. I want to see more of that,
and it looked good.
And it looks good. And Jaren has had questionable playmaking skills. So if the fact he can do that effectively, I feel like a 7-foot to a 7'5" pick and roll, not like the teams can stop that. It is all about doing it enough. So again, that's on Islo and on the players of executing properly when those things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be great for Edey. I'm trying to see who we have up next. I just had it in front of me. I know we have the Spurs up next. He's not playing Wemby.
I think we have Spurs, Kings, Mavs in the next 3.
The Kings, do they have a set big man? The Kings.
I mean, Sabonis.
Yeah, they have Sabonis. The Mavs, AD's probably not going to be back. Lively.
No, it was announced today. He's out another 7 to 10 days.
So yes, so AD's out. He's going to play against Lively. Gafford is still not in the lineup, I don't believe, right? Gafford is still out.
Maybe.
But my point is, Edey has a few games to kind of get his legs back under him, playing against some decent bigs, but not like any elite bigs, you know.
And what's crazy in the next, because Wemby's going to be out for a few weeks as well. You look at this next stretch of games, Evan, before we move off. Like San Antonio, Sacramento, Dallas, Denver, New Orleans, Los Angeles, the Clippers, that is. Sacramento, San Antonio. Even without Ja and Ty Jerome coming back in sometime in that stretch, you lose to Denver. You may drop one to San Antonio, one of the two. But maybe the LA game you drop. But there's a stretch of games for this team that you look at and you go, hey, this could be a point in the Grizzlies season without John Morant and getting Ty Jerome back when you've gotten Zach Edey back as well, where the Grizzlies can maybe start building a little bit of momentum. Then you insert Ja back into this lineup around the Friday, December 5th game against the Clippers. I don't know. I feel more optimistic after that Cavs game, even though we lost. But
I share similar. I'm thinking about to the next time we play an elite team, and that's of course December 22nd. Get to play the Thunder.
No. We play the Nuggets in like 4 games.
But yes, but I'm saying like outside the stretch when Ja will be back.
Oh yeah,
obviously that's the Nuggets. So outside the Nuggets game, we don't play another elite like top tier team until the Thunder, and that's about 15 games away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games. That's 12 games away till we play the Thunder again, and that's right before Christmas on December 22nd. Mm-hmm. Let's say Ja misses 7 to 8 of those games, and we get him for the last 4 of that. I think going 7-5 in that is like probably the best case scenario that I can take 9 out of 10 in that. And now put us at 11-15 on the season, going into around the Christmas time. Mm-hmm. That'll put us maybe 9th or 10th in the play-in. Get us guys back.
Get me to around 2 games below 500 before Christmas.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
2 games before 500. Y'all in the comments, what do y'all think? Do y'all think 2 games before 2 games under 500 is doable? I think that's pretty doable.
You just have to go. You have to go +4 until then. You just have to win 4 more than you lose. So,
because the last game against Christmas is December 23rd against the Utah Jazz, and I just ended off. So that's 13. That's 13 games from now.
Yeah.
So 9-4 is 9-4. Crazy. 8-5.
No, not crazy.
I think 8-5 is what Grizz fans should be really harping on in these next 13 games. That should be the number in everybody's heads. Of course, we're 4-10. That doesn't look great, but just positioning in the West, that's what we really should be focusing on right now. Because I'm not too worried about the record. The record's going to be what it is. It's about positioning. Like positioning, if you get a favorable position in the Western Conference, you're doing great. Because obviously it's the play-in and all that. I just want us to be in striking distance. If we can be in striking distance when we hopefully get fully healthy with Jerome and Ja back, I'm still confident we can be a contender in this.
Because of the guys,
I still believe we can be a contender.
Of the guys that are injured, the 2 that are going to make the biggest impact are Ty and Ja, obviously.
Yeah.
I consider us fully healthy when we get those 2 guys back.
I agree because we got Brandon Clark. I gotta put Scotty in there too. I still gotta put Scotty. Just we're not gonna see Scotty for a long time, obviously, but just his defensive intensity is just like we can throw another guy on the team's perimeter best player and not tire out Sid and Jalen. Because I feel like a lot of reasons why Jalen's had his shooting woes because he doesn't have another guy like Scotty. I know he has Sid. He's just slowly matriculating Sid into that role. So having a guy like Scotty that can handle the ball and play defense, I feel like there's still a big part what this team is missing right now. But I understand what you're saying though. Once we get Ja and Ty back, which is hopefully before Christmas, I'm still optimistic. You just can't have no one else getting hurt. Please, God, no one else getting hurt. I don't know what we did to have all this bad injury luck, man. Like I know me and Rusty made a joke about it at the wedding that the joke that like the myth that there's a skull on the FedEx Forum that's like cursed us. At first I didn't believe it, but I think I do.
Yeah.
Honestly. Just like Wayno said, it's not how we get there, it's what we do once we get there. We just need a foot at the table, bro. We just need a foot in the door.
Give us a seat at the table and let it take care of the rest. The best Grizzlies playoff teams have been from like the 5 seed, the 4 or 5 seed.
Historically, I feel like just getting out the mud is how the Grizzlies best operate, obviously. And I feel like we have a good chance to do that because outside of the Thunder and obviously OKC, no one in the West truly scares me that I feel like we're just outgunned. I just really don't think so. Like I know the Lakers, the Clippers, and all that, but besides those two teams, those are the only two things I feel like we're honestly outgunned on.
Yeah, the Thunder and the Nuggets are just league of their own right now, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I liked how we played against the Rockets. We just could never get over that hump of like 4 or 5 points. But yeah, so
yeah, I think that's what Grizzlies. I know it's a very bleak time to be a Grizzlies fan right now, or just a Memphis sports fan in general, because it seems like nothing can go right. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what I want. That's what we want. Hopefully, people to understand. I'm still not. My brother said the Rockets are getting better. They don't have a point guard. I'm still not too scared of them. They don't have a point guard. We don't have a point guard right now either. But our point guard is coming back hopefully. But being that they don't have a point guard, I'm not too worried. I just need us to go plus in these next 13 games. That's all I'm saying in my head. Just plus in these 13 games. If we do that, I feel like we'll be in good shape.
Yep.
But we are going to transition. I'm just glad my Wi-Fi has been doing better this time.
Don't jinx it.
You're right. We're going to go into our FanDuel pick of the week before we get out of here. We're almost at the 50-minute mark. Jared, what is your FanDuel pick of the week so far?
It's Grizzlies +5 tomorrow night.
What's the spread on that?
The spread's 5.
What's on that? Spread,
the money line last I looked was like Spurs -200 and Grizzlies +168. Those have changed now. Actually, those have changed now. The Grizzlies are +5.5, and they're +184 in the money line. So give me +5.5.
I like that, and I kind of hate that these guys aren't playing this national TV game. I kind of hate that personally.
You hate what? You hate that it's a national TV game?
No, I hate that it's a national TV game and guys are out. Like Ja isn't playing.
Oh yeah, like Ja and Wemby are out. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of hate that. I love we're getting a national TV game, but the fact that our main guys or the main guys on either team isn't playing kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's just how Memphis is sometimes. But my FanDuel pick of the week is y'all know I love my football. It's Monday Night Football with the Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders. Currently, the Cowboys, even though I hate the Cowboys, are a.
You're not going to want to hear what just happened on that opening drive. Then
what just happened?
The Cowboys did not play CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens on that first drive.
Did they get suspended or something?
I don't know. And Dallas went 3 and out.
Well, clearly the Cowboys are going to Cowboys. I'm going to talk about the Buffalo Bills in Houston, Texas. That's also happening tonight, I believe, right? Yes, they're also playing tonight.
Bills played yet? Who?
No, Bills in Texas. No, never mind. That's Thursday. Never mind.
It's Thursday.
Game. Yeah, that's Thursday. FanDuel's messing me up. But anyway, Bills are a negative They're a 5.5 point favorite. I feel like they're gonna cover that. And the odds
Who
are
they play?
at 115. They're playing the Texans. The Texans offense is like abysmal. Even though I love CJ Stroud as a Ohio State guy, they haven't been able to score at all this year. And the Bills, they're weird. Sometimes they decide they want to be good. Sometimes they don't want to be good. Like for every Chiefs win, they have a Dolphins loss, and it's like, what are they doing? You know. But yeah, I still believe in Josh Allen. He's still an MVP candidate when he's playing at his best. He just hasn't played his best consistently. But I see it as a get-right game as they're trying to, again, put more separation in their division. But that's all we got, me and Jared, for another episode of No Bluffin Podcast. Hopefully next week, I'm going to pitch something after we get off the air that we can do this better. So Wi-Fi doesn't sanctify us again. But we have a few games coming up. I want to ask you, what is your prediction for the Grizzlies record for the next time we talk? Obviously, we have the Spurs tomorrow, the Kings on Thursday, the Mavericks on Saturday. When we talk again, it'll be the Nuggets game on the 24th. So we have 3 games this week. What do you think the Grizzlies go?
Call me crazy. 3-0.
Bold by my boy.
Call me crazy. I like 3-0 because yes, we're without Ja. But the defense that a Vince Williams, Jalen Wells, Cedric Coward, Jaren Jackson, and Zach Edey lineup will bring against a depleted Spurs team, who I believe is also without Stephon Castle, that's going to be a good defense, and we'll have enough offense, in my opinion, to overcome that. And then you got the
Kings.
Who was it next? The Kings. The Kings are the Kings. And then you're at Dallas, who is going to be without Anthony Davis. So
I'm just gonna say 2-1 because it's just the Grizzlies to drop one. For some reason, it seems like the Kings just with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, they just always just for some reason play well against us. So that if I feel like we drop a game, it'll be that one, and I feel like we're gonna beat both of the Texas teams. I hope 3-0, which is Zach LaVine. They have Malik Monk too. He's a underrated Grizz killer as well. They just have a lot of guys on this roster that seem to just do what we don't do well. Of course, they have Russ on their team. I just love Russ, even though I'm not a Kings fan. I think if we drop one, it'll be that one. But we'll see, though. We will see. Jared saying 3-0. I'm saying 2-1. But that's all we have for the No Bluffin Podcast. As always, I appreciate Jared joining. As always, we'll be back next week, hopefully talking about a 3-0 Grizzlies week with hopefully no more injury reports by Grizzlies PR. I don't think I can mentally take it anymore. I feel like my mental health is severely depleted every time the Grizzlies PR puts a negative thing out there. But as always, we say do something that makes you feel good. I'm Evan. That's Jared. I'm not Jared. That's Jared. I'm tired. He's tired. We're going to watch wrestling as always.
Yep.
Go Grizz.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.